the career, because in future you will be facing many failures or successes or mix. So one thing you should always remember, the failure should not go to your heart and success should not go to your head. That you should always remember. In spite of your all success, be always humble. Don't let success go to your head, or don't get conceited or arrogant. Be humble, down to earth.
Focus on understanding, not just memorizing. As I prepare to move into higher secondary and continue my academic journey, I carry all the lessons this school has taught me, not just the academic words, but the lessons of kindness, resilience, and leadership. Once again, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all of you. Last but not the least, I have learned that success doesn't come overnight. It's built slowly with consistency, small habits, and the courage to keep moving forward. Chase perfection, chase progress. Focus on understanding, not just memorizing. As I prepare to move into higher secondary and continue my academic journey, I carry all the lessons this school has taught me.
Principal, vice principal, headmisters, teachers, and all my dear friends. I feel deeply honored and grateful to stand before you as the second topper of class 10. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to our principal ma'am for inviting me on this special occasion. This moment feels surreal and is a reflection of the hard work, dedication, and the support I have received from so many people along.
Captain last year, and I'm the subject topper of AI. The 10th journey has been a whole experience for us. From the starting day with our wonderful teachers like BP sir, Poonam ma'am, Ambalika ma'am, Shivani ma'am, Amit sir, and everyone, they have taught us a lot of things. It isn't just all about the school studies or the practicality science math. Sometimes it's about values or the morals we learn when we enter the school. I have had a great experience with the teachers over here. The things which happened, the events which were conducted gave us a wide exposure. Not just for studies, we had so many multiple CCA programs, sports. So I think that school isn't all just about studies and all that stuff. It's more about the experience, experiences and the values we learn. The wins and losses we have during these days. It is all about that. That is all I would like to say. Thank you so much.
I am Nitin Sawant. Today, it is a great honor for me to stand here in front of you as the third topper of this school. This achievement means a lot to me, but it is not only mine. It also belongs to all those teachers who helped me and taught me from the first day of the school, to my friends who helped me and supported me with my studies, and to my parents who were always with me. I would like to thank my principal and all the teachers who not just taught me lessons, but also taught values, discipline, and how to face challenges. To my friends and classmates for the fun, teamwork, and memory. And to my parents and family who always guided me to the right path. Thank you everyone for your support and guidance. I wouldn't have done anything without you. And also for everyone who supported me. I promise to carry this honor with humility and make my school proud. Thank you all. Thank you.
12 years ago, I joined ACS School. It has been a mesmerizing journey for me. All teachers, office staff, and all support staff have showered me a lot from love. All praised my good qualities and corrected my mistakes with love and care. For example, I found Hindi very boring, but I got some teachers like Avinash sir, Sangraj sir, and Nilesh sir who made it interesting to me. My school helped me to overcome my weakness and continue from prep to 10th class. I will remember a lot of things like Chandrakala ma'am, Annapurna ma'am, Puna ma'am, consoling me when I am upset, Ashwini ma'am or Sobla sir, taking so much pain for us here to us, and Amit sir used to make a call after every exam, relieving all my stress. And many more, I can't express all those things Aces schools have done for me. Some teachers are real, some I have transferred or retired. All will be like a postcard for me. I am lucky to be in ACS. ACS has a big network. During sports event, I got a chance to travel other ACS. And the Science and Mathematics Olympiad orientation program at Mumbai gave me a vast exposure. Once again, I thank you all from bottom of my heart. I will try to utilize all those energy in my future. Wishing you all good health and may ACS prosper more and more. Thank you.
Both the companies today, we didn't have enough interaction with them. I just want to tell this to these children and the parents. We didn't have much of interaction. Only the sequence I could pass it on to Swati madam, and so Sundarlal sir was already there in some other school. I could talk to him right in the morning. And still our teachers can do this beautiful. So I think we have got a great future ahead. And your confidence, parents' confidence in us, will take us long way. Thank you all here and to make this program a wonderful and a suitable one. We need a suitable guest. And for suitable guests, we'll have to find out, squeeze out their time from the busy schedule. I think on earlier occasions also I have been telling you how it becomes difficult for someone who is on a higher position to find out time. And that time, sir could spare for us. Thank you so much, sir. You could squeeze out some time, and it is an encouragement to our children. And rightly said, he sir had been part of our institution, and I therefore believe every one of you sitting over here will be, of course, doing well in your future. Because all atomic energy, education, society, children, they have shown in the world so far. And this legacy will continue. I have that firm faith in all your abilities, but do learn the lesson. After this, there will be an interview by the present 10th standard students of these toppers. So your break, after this you can enjoy. Okay? So we'll give you a break time. But
the struggles, motivations, the memories, and the wisdom you gathered. Let us hear, learn, and be inspired by your faith.
So without any further ado, let's welcome our disguised judges, the toppers of class 10 batch, with a round of applause. So, I would like to ask you the question: How do you feel? How do you all feel being back here, the school which has been your home for a decade?
Really grateful and I'm full of gratitude and joy to be here. And I would like to thank all of the staff, the teachers and my family members who support me all this time.
I also feel very overwhelmed to be here, to be back in the campus, and I would also like to thank all the teachers for this support. It's really nice to be back here.
When I returned to school, I just remembered all the memories and made everything. And I'm so grateful for everyone to be here and supporting me in my studies. To my teachers who always helped me.
I am both happy and sad. I'm sad because I have to miss my classes in Mumbai.
Quick. So before ourselves, we can guess that you had an incredible school journey. So if you had to describe your school journey in one sentence, what would it be?
The journey was filled with unforgettable memories and the journey was
there were a lot of ups and downs in the journey. Sometimes I was not able to focus, but then I got it.
My journey was wonderful.
Would have had to spend a lot of time studying for you have to achieve such great marks. So how did you really manage your time effectively during the exams, and what tips can you share with us?
To be honest, I did not study all through the day, but it is consistency is about showing up every day, which I did without fail. And I would like to suggest you be consistent. Success is always there, and be focused, disciplined. If you are not able to study for 6 hours, 7 hours, at least try to study for 1 or 2 hours, and you start your studies as quickly as you can, because beginning the journey is more important than reaching the destination. Thank you.
I would also like to say that consistency is the key. So basically, you don't have to study for 12 hours to top in 10 standard. A regular study of 3 to 4 hours is enough, but you have to be consistent. That's what Jaggi said. So yeah, that's it. When studying for 10th, it doesn't need to study the whole week or whole day. Study for at least 1 to 2 hours, but that to be effective. Not just taking the books and just reading and you think that you have studied, but it doesn't mean that you're studying. You should do it effectively. And you can manage your CCAs and sports also. But remember that that CCA should be done only in school and studies to be done in home. Not like you will just CCA in home and have this pressure that I have that CCA tomorrow or sports tomorrow. You have to keep your studies full with concentration and CCA only in school.
I actually started my 10th class study at February, and I also studied for 4 hours max study. So, special.
If someone stuck at 89, what's your advice to break into the 90s? If someone stuck at 89, what's your advice to break into the 90s? See, you will get to know the results. Like if you are preparing for studies, you will have to give the test and examination in your coachings and your school, and you will get to know what marks are you receiving. Based on that, if you are getting 89, you have to improve on yourself to achieve 90s in your next examination. To achieve that score, first of all, you will have to see all the areas that you are weak at and focus on that weak areas and try to make them more strong. Thank you.
Well, you have to spot your weak areas. You have to improve them. Well, 89 is not that bad score, and the transition from 89 to 90 is not that difficult. So be consistent and you can achieve it. 89 is actually a really good mark. It is not much difference in 19 and 89. Like you just study more and look out your weaknesses, concentrate on that thing, do the hard chapter first and then easy chapter. You will eventually get good marks.
Just aim for 100 marks. You will automatically get 90.
There's enough time to do that and still have fun in life.
10th class is not as difficult as you can think. It's a bit easier than 11th and 12th. So you can easily manage your CC activities, sport activities with your studies. If you concentrate on the studies more, it's better for you. And so I will say, do not over concentrate on the studies. Please participate in CC and sports.
10th class is not just a bit easier than 11th class, it's a lot easier than 11th and 12th. So yeah, you have a lot of time to enjoy. As I said, only 3 to 4 hours is enough. I would say from my personal experience, during my 10th preparation, I celebrated New Year till the 11 o'clock, and my friendship day also till the 9 o'clock. So, and also do it CCA thing. So it is not like you have to just skip all the fun and do just study. You can do fun and everything. You can go somewhere, you can travel, everything. Just when you are studying, be effective at that time, or only focus on studying.
As I said before, I studied only 4 hours maths and the workout.
Hello. Now a very important question. Someone said that when you are studying, just so in this era of internet, we face difficulty in staying motivated and dedicated towards our studies. So how did you stay motivated and focus on it? And also share your views on watching YouTube shorts.
Even a topper or a average student, distractions are always there. In my journey, there were distractions. Like he said, scrolling YouTube shorts, many other distractions. They were there. But it is up to you. It is up to you how you manage to minimize that distraction time. You can set a screening time on your phone to minimize your screening time and sit for at least 1 to 2 hours per day, and you will get to know that you have actually able to sit for your studies for like 3 to 4 hours. So first of all, minimize your screen time.
There are a lot of distractions like YouTube and Instagram and all nowadays. But there is no, like you can't keep them away forever. But yeah, you have to minimize your screen time. So lock your phone at a particular time and you can set alarms and set a timetable and yeah, that's all. If you're talking about the motivation, then I was also not that much motivated every time. When I got demotivated, my mom used to send me some Insta. So she used to show me how to do the studies, how to be motivated, and I used to get immediately motivated. So, but when you are consistent with it, you will eventually get motivated, and to minimize your screen time, you can just schedule a timetable like 2 or 3 hours of study and half an hour of screen time, or just lock your phone up to you study.
Do not use phone for more than 2 hours. If you have used that more than 2 hours, then just leave the phone to your parents and then you can study fully.
I would like to know your opinion on which subject do you feel have to be given priority when it comes to board.
When it comes to board, I feel like you have to study social science a lot more. Daily revision is required, or else you won't be able to score full marks in social science of like the goal you have. What I did was, for geography, I made some chits type in my home and sticked it on the wall, on my house wall, so that I could revise it every day, every single day. Even if I am like not getting that time to open the book, I could just stand in front of that paper and revise it all. That's how I did social science. And other than that, maths, you will require daily practice. Maths cannot be, it cannot be perfect. We cannot perfectionize math in a single day. You will require a lot more practice. You can use reference books to use it.
I think that languages are the most difficult for me because AI can replace the main 3 subjects, but it can't.
Some light-hearted questions, shouldn't we? So, you can answer honestly. Was there truly a moment during the exams when you seriously considered becoming a professional sleeper instead of a student? Yeah. Sleeping forever. I mean, sorry, not sleeping through the exams, I mean.
Yes, I used to sleep. Like at 11:30, I used to sleep, and morning 9 a.m. was my morning. And after that,
I used to have proper deep sleep of 7 hours. My parents were very strict about my bedtime, so yeah, I had to sleep before 11 o'clock.
Same here? Okay.
So the difference between you and other children is not much, 5 or 10%. So what do you think helped you to get those extra 5 or 10%? Basically, what makes you different from other students?
I feel consistency is the key. I used to revise whatever is taught in the coachings and classroom. I used to revise it all the day it is taught, which made me different, I think.
I agree with that. I would like to ask, do you think there should have been a career or educational counseling session for you after 10?
Actually, I think it makes you more confusing. Like if you just see career counseling, you actually at the end doesn't feel like you know everything. So I just considered PCM on the last day of my boards. So just what you think, what you want for yourself, just do it.
For some education counseling, it might help. For others, they have already chosen what they have to do in future, like the streams and subjects they have already chosen. But for some, the career counseling or the education counseling might help.
Well, these counselors do give you a vision, but if you already know what you want to become, then yeah, you don't need to attend them.
Just ask your parents and teachers. No need of that special career counseling.
Now, as you can see on this banner, there's photos of you and your names, and your name will also be etched into the school board forever. So, what do you feel? Do you feel proud or do you feel sad for leaving the school? What exactly do you all feel?
I'm really proud that my name has carved on the honor board of the school. My father's name has been carved in his school honor board, So I feel like I am continuing his legacy of carving the name on the honor board of the school.
This moment feels great. I'm grateful for this and I'm overwhelmed as well. That's it.
I had mixed feelings, like I am sad for leaving the school and also I'm very proud that I just glorified my parents' name and my name is on this.
I'm both sad and happy. I'm happy because I want to study that. I do not want to study biology, but I have, and now I left.
Do you miss school more for the friends and PT periods, or do you not miss school this at all and are like, finally I have gotten out of this god-forsaken nightmare?
It is actually not like that. I am sad to leave the school, but eventually all the friends are in that school with me only. So I don't miss the fun and memories with my friend, but I miss the school and all the teachers here.
I'd be studying in different college, so yeah, I'll be really missing the moments and the fun activities we did in this school, and I'll also really miss my friends who have been through this journey with me.
I would also miss my friends who were always there with me in all the ups and downs of my journey. So I would do miss school, and it's a bit sad moment.
I do not miss the school actually. I only miss friends and PT periods.
Oh, well, can you share a memorable experience from your class 10 journey? Something that really stands out to you? Something that you will remember forever?
Class unity, like when we used to get the free periods or free time from a study, we used to, on the interactive board, we used to watch some sports or any games, and there were some fights also, like normal class and music, and also it stands out from all those memories.
I feel like the sessions that were conducted in English period by Vice Principal Sir were more good, as they helped us to improve our vocabulary and also made us confident to public speaking.
I will forever remember when I got the chance to anchor in the school annual day. as you were also with me, so you know how it feels.
Yes.
I would remember that I have bunked principal sir's class for 3-4 times. And that's all.
So what do you think? What mistakes what do you think students should avoid while preparing for boards?
There are not certain things to avoid. As a student, you will do everything that you wish to in your mind, so nobody can tell you what to avoid or what to know. I feel like.
I would suggest to reduce your screen time and optimize your day for study.
Fun. Student miss.
Do everything and just don't skip anything. Do everything, but also do studies.
So as you can see there, when you came to the school on the very first day, was this your aim?
No, not at all.
It was not. We weren't expecting this to be our.
On the starting day of 10th, I was fully sure that I will never be on this board or anything.
Same experience with me. I was never expecting that I would be on the honor board of the school.
And when you gave your boards and you were waiting for the results, was this in your mind?
No.
Somewhere?
I was really confused whether will I get above 90% or will I get below 90%. So it's like a confusion feeling. How do you feel after boards? You wouldn't know whether you would rank first, second, third in the school.
So was it nervousness or lack of self-confidence?
It was nervousness.
Actually, in our class it was so much competition, like we were 4 and others also, and even more than them. So we were I was fully sure that I will not get. But when my results came, I calculated my results and I was fully sure that I got this. But even after getting 95.6%, I was like, I will not get any topper and everything.
So, who do you think was more, nervous during the results? You, your parents, or your teachers?
Can you repeat?
Who do you think was more nervous before the results? You, your parents, or your teachers?
I would say my relatives. We were very anxious. I would say my friend. Purva was more anxious than me. She comforted me before the 2-3 days of the results, and on the result day I was normal and she was so much anxious.
I feel like in my house the surrounding was very calm. Nobody was anxious. Everyone was sure that I will score good marks, and they were accepting that I would, even if I score low marks, they would accept that. So there was no nervousness in my mind.
In exams, what kind of questions are easy to lose marks on?
I feel like assertion reasoning are more difficult, and MCQs.
On 5 and 4 marks, you can just write anything like for social science and English, and everyone. You can just answer. But in MCQ, you have to give the correct answers. And for assertion reasoning, that statement, you should know that it is correct. So, MCQ and assertion reasoning is the most difficult.
Do you think that assertion reasoning types questions are sometimes illogical? Because the reason which is given for the assertion is not justifying the assertion, but it is still a solution.
You feel like that it should be fully connected with that assertion, that reason, but actually it is not. Sometimes it is from the topic. Like if the topics are same, then both are true. It is like that.
If you feel that assertion reasoning are illogical, you can ask your teachers or do more practice of those questions and try to get that solution at that point.
What do you think is the order that you should confront the sections of the paper?
Which one do you feel the easiest? Which one do you feel the easiest would be the best?
I prefer that you should attempt your question papers serial wise A, B, C, D. It is easier for the invigilator. It is easier for the teacher to check your answer paper, which gives a good impression.
So as you
Did you follow any specific timetable or study plan?
No.
it is difficult to follow a timetable.
Really, I just tried a timetable, I just wrote timetable, and I was not able to follow it for a single day. So, what you think, what you feel, you should follow that and study.
Do you think that assessment throughout the year, like internal marks, should have greater impact